Welcome everyone, Costin here on Serious Gaming with a new video of Ultimate General Civil War. It's still in early access, but they've added the Battle of Fredericksburg. And I'm playing this as a Union. Typically I play the Confederates in Gettysburg in Civil War because they were the underdogs. Not in this battle. They had an impressive and powerful defensive position, and they used it to their great advantage. This is a historical battle, it's on normal difficulty. Alright. So, pontoon bridges. Here's the thing. The Union, in their infinite wisdom, historically decided that they're gonna cross the river on pontoon bridges and assault a heavily entrenched enemy position. So, Prospect Hill, right there in the woods, heavily defended, very difficult to get in there. The center of the Confederate Army stands at the hill, Telegraph Road, and Hartsoot, yeah. So, how... Yeah, this was Confederate snipers are harassing, of course, the Confederates. So, now I am going to... I'm not going to cross the damned river with Hull. Instead, I'm gonna take, well, I'm gonna take my skirmishers. If I try and cross the river, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. He's got only one brigade. The problem is the town offers superb cover. And obviously, as you might imagine, trying to cross it right there would end in nothing short of a disaster. So my only option is to flank around here, or is taking massive casualties. Now, you can see unfinished rail line. Don't need to capture it. They've got the brigade there. They've also got 2 units of skirmishers, including, I believe, one here. Now, when I played this battle and won this battle with ease as the Confederates, because it is an easy battle to win as the Confederates. I mean, in the historical battle, this was the most lopsided victory for anyone, really. The Confederates inflicted 3 times the casualties. Now, I've played battles in Gettysburg and Civil War where I've completely decimated the enemy to the point that the generals would lose their fucking jobs and probably even their heads if they had lost the men that they did. But no, typically in the actual history of the Civil War, what would happen is the famous battles would see about an even number of casualties. Some cases where, that would not be the case, but not all the time. Now, if I do actually see that brigade, I'm gonna... Come on. Alright. I'm just gonna speed it up, no point in... Now I know they're somewhere. They start to actually... Alright. Alright. Now for the actual battle. So the town was secured. And I did inflict some reasonable casualties on them. Left Grand Division, commanded by Major General William B. Franklin, is ready to advance. Nearly 45,000 soldiers are at your disposal. Concentrate your forces to attack Prospect Hill. Watch out for rebel cavalry that guards their right side. Huh! You make that sound as if it's gonna be easy. It's not, by the way. Oh, look at this army. It's so massive. Yeah, right. The problem is they've got height advantage, terrain advantage, and they've got artillery ready to butcher me. On top of that, I have to advance across open ground. So have fun with that. Yeah, this is not the battle the Union can win. I mean, really, who the fuck thought this was a good strategy? It's like, let's attack across open ground against an enemy hiding behind cover. That's certainly gonna work. It didn't. Alright, so I do have some cavalry right there. I do have quite a force. Truthfully, if I understand it correctly, the reality of the situation is that the Union actually was able to an extent, at the very least, break through. So I'm going to take my cavalry. Like, they were able to a point, and then they got their asses handed to them. So the reserves, oh boy, this is gonna be a tricky bitch, isn't it? Well, I need to be able to eliminate, I've got quite a bit of time, so I'm just gonna save. Okay, need to think about this quite a bit. Suffice to say, this is not gonna be an easy one. So their cavalry is right here. They've got infantry here. The objective is to get it right here. The seems the best way to advance is probably going to be like this. So what I'm going to do is form. The goal is clear the cavalry in the woods, clear the enemy units here, and then advance and take the hill. That seems... Wait, what do I have there? Just some artillery. Alright. So... Now, meanwhile, these guys will advance here. Not too far, but just here. All right. Right, did I forget? Yeah, I did forget about some units. No, I just wish I knew where the fucking units that I have would be sending. Like that's a problem. Like you don't know where you're sending your actual unit. You can't just click on the button and figure out where your men are gonna be sent. But yes, I am making a determined fucking push right there, because it is gonna require a determined push to break through the Union lines. Send the cavalry. The artillery that I have right there will be able to do a fairly solid job of pummeling them in the dirt once I reveal them. I do need some skirmishers, which Unit Jackson seems about right. Seems I've got... It's a bit annoying actually when you think about it. But seems that everyone has the Springfield M855. Or 1855. I think that's the purpose there. Anyway. They don't have infantry here. Now I've got only cavalry, and cavalry can't stand up to a infantry brigade. That's just not capable of doing it. Alright, what's their cover? It's not non-existent, the cover there. It's pretty heavy in the woods, so that's... The goal is flank around, get in the woods, flank around, and use the cover. Because if I launch a full frontal assault, which the imbeciles in the Union actually did, I'll be butchered. Alright. So, I think I'll be able to flank around here. Their main forces are strewn around this position, but it can be flanked. That's the key point here. That it can be broken. And it will. I'll be the one to do it. Now with my oh shit, yeah, that's their problem. That's a problem right there. So he's got a lot of forces deployed in the woods. I'm not sure if Taylor will do any. Alright, so Prospect Hill. Oh boy. Now, this one. I am not going to win here. They've got these fortified positions, and it's a hill. Now, I could try flanking around, for all that's worth, but it's probably not going to work. It's a fixed stone wall, a large number of cannons defending the hill. It is unavoidable. My ass it is. Now, there are ways I can handle this, perhaps. The problem is this. The only position which I could potentially break through is the south. The north, forget about it. They've got defenses, layered defenses. They've even got troops here to prevent the flanking maneuver through that particular area. The only hope in hell that I have is to get brigades, get all of this specifically, all of these brigades, and punch through the south. That's going to be the only path forward to victory. I mean, so far, keep in mind, I am doing considerably better than the Union actually did in the real battle of Fredericksburg. Anyway, Costin here on Serious Gaming, signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.